Aurora is the latest Series 5 card in Marvel Snap, and she feels like a fantastic shot in the arm to the Thanos deck archetypes. But if you're wondering whether or not she's a must have and you should spend your hard earned tokens on her, then you're in the right place. Let's dive into the full review. Hey everybody, it's Kicker of Elves here. What's up? What's going on? Today we've got a review of Aurora, the latest Series 5 card in Marvel Snap. If you're watching this the day it releases, it's Christmas Eve. Hope you're having a lovely Christmas Eve. And if it's a stressful time, if you're worried about stuff at work or school, or just getting a last minute gift for a friend or loved one, don't worry about it. You keep going. Yes, you the viewer, have got whatever issue is happening under control. I believe in you. You got this. Keep on trucking. Anyway, the strange holiday optimism aside, let's talk about Aurora. Aurora is a 6/6 that says on reveal, give one of your other on reveal cards at each location +2 power. Repeat for ongoing, activate, and end of turn. This is basically a spectrum that wants to target a wider variety of cards and asks for more deck building considerations. I've been pretty excited for this card. Last week we had Maverick, which was very cool. And then to immediately going to something like Aurora, which is first and foremost a Thanos card, was really exciting. The way she works, just to really demystify it, I have seen some people on X or online being like, I'm not sure what's going on with the repeat text. So basically she's going to look across your locations and see, oh, is there an on reveal? Give that +2 power. Is there an ongoing? Give that +2 power. Activate, and same thing for end of turn. So there's a maximum of +8 to each location going on. You're probably not going to be able to meet +8 at each condition, but still you're easily getting +4, +6 at each location on top of Aurora. That's infinite levels of power, which is very cool. I think right out of the gate, let's just jump straight into it. Aurora, on day one here, I've been playing her for quite a bit of time on mobile and then on stream over at Kicker of Elves TTV at Twitch. Follow us there. She's like a 3 out of 5 or maybe a 3.5 at launch. There are a lot of mirrors. There's a lot more to be done. But for those of you watching this being like, I'm excited, should I get her? I don't have a lot of resources. I would say to wait. This is not a immediate meta breaker the way Maverick obviously was. Maverick is so strong that but he's entering into a meta that has a lot of hate for him with Cosmic Ghost Rider and Shadow King. Aurora, the best thing about her is the kind of decks that she's asking you to build. It's very interesting deck building considerations. I love that she's creating a new puzzle for people to figure out. This isn't just like, oh, it's like Weapon H. It goes right into Destroy. Very cool. But the jury's still out on if those kind of decks are going to be worth playing. And if you don't have a ton of resources, if you're not always trying to stay collection complete, I would say hold, wait a few days, see what other cooks come out. We got plenty of time before the weekend missions are done. This is not something you need to rush right into. I said it last week, I'll say it again. I would love to live in a world where Aurora ends up being the card of the month, but I just don't see it out of the gate. And I think there could be more time for more iteration as we get away from the immediate launch couple of days and people aren't just spamming to try to figure out, is Aurora worth getting or not? There could be a room for her to fit in. Let's talk about some of the decks that she's been going in. So this is where I started out over here into the unknown, doing stuff with the newly buffed Joaquin Torres and Clea, and this was pretty fun. Professor X, I'm very much trying to make Professor X a thing. Aurora very much belongs with Thanos, and the reason for that is a lot of Thanos' stones are just cheap bodies, and cards like Space Stone and Soul Stone count for both an on reveal and ongoing. So if you have Soul Stone alone in a location, for example, not sure why you do that, but just to clear things up, and you played Aurora, Soul Stone would get +4. So it can be helpful that way. You don't need to worry about meeting an on reveal and an ongoing in that location. You can just throw another end of turn card or an activate there. So that makes things very helpful. This was a fun concept, but it felt kind of like 10 pounds in a 5-pound bag. Thanos is already diluting our deck, so getting the Clea into Marvel Boy, into Joaquin Torres, and having Merlin Werewolf was a little bit more difficult than I'd like. So moved away from that pretty quickly. Next deck, this came from Roram Plays, Alliance leader over at the Pixel Alliance. Proud member of the Pixel Alliance myself, best alliance in the game. What? Anyway, he had like a 2023 name reference, and this was definitely a step above the Clea list we were just looking at, but still, and I think it's one day I'll give up the ghost. Professor X stuff is very difficult. Ironically, once people stop doing like, oh, it's launch day for Aurora, I want to do Aurora stuff, and go back to the very powerful fastball special decks. I just did a deck guide yesterday for fastball special. That's incredible. Smiles use it to hit top 8 or top 7 in the world. Go check that out. Once people get back to that, because that is non-controvertibly very strong, Professor X could become very strong again, because you see a symbiote Spider-Man location set up, you drop Professor X in there, and their Nimrod shenanigans are cooked. So this list felt better. You know, we're doing stuff with like the Thing First Steps. He's also, you know, good little bit of a lane clear. We've got Marvel Boy. We've got King Eitri to dig through our deck. Jennifer Kale plus Wiccan gives us some decent ramp to be able to pull off some scammy play lines, and it felt pretty solid. But after playing these two decks for a little bit, I was kind of like, what's really happening here? How do I actually feel about this card? I was kind of soft on Aurora. It was hard to play out Aurora. A lot of the times it just seems like she's not going to be enough power. I'm better off playing like a Thanos plus a Mockingbird, or like getting a thing, like just playing other combinations of things. But then moved over to this list. This is from Heart of the Cards, Heart of the Card Snap. If you're not subscribed after the video, please head over to his channel. He puts out some really great stuff. Definitely subscribe to Heart of the Cards. I called this pseudo ramp, but it's really not a ramp list, even though we do have Chamber. Chamber to me is just synonymous with ramp, so I think that's what I was riffing on there. And this list felt so much better. This list just had a lot more going on. The game plan, even though I'm really not that big of a Wiccan fan, if you've been watching the channel for a while, you know I am not the biggest Wiccan guy out there, but what we were able to do here is by having Chamber, we've got a decent amount of above 5 cost cards that come in here, and we can get something from Iron Patriot. Our stones are, a lot of those are just on like good rate, like the Space Stone and the Power Stone are both 1/3s. It's easy for us to win an Iron Patriot location. Wave at a 3/6 is kind of being slept on. That's a really good stat line just to be able to get out into our Galactus First Steps, our Thanos, even our Thing, you know, First Steps early on. The play lines for this were really strong. Even if you aren't doing Wiccan stuff, we felt like you had a lot of game into this, and the mix of activates between Chamber, Herbie, and then the end of turn via Hydra Bob and Thing First Steps. It didn't feel like it doesn't feel cheesy, if you know what I mean. Like, it's not like, oh, well, we need to get an activate in there, so I guess we'll play Chamber. This all just gels together in a very appropriate way, and we're able to get very cheap Mockingbirds. And this felt like it was a really good answer to the deck building question that Aurora is asking. Again, overall, I'm concerned that even though I love these kind of decks, except Wiccan, I love like a good Thanos toolbox style sort of deck. I don't know how this is going to hold up long term. I don't know if this is going to be something that's like, oh, this is a new, you know, at the very least tier 2 deck that we can do, or if this is going to just be like, okay, it was release week, bye-bye. It felt pretty strong. Gonna need some more time. Definitely gonna keep playing this kind of list and experimenting there. But is this something where like Maverick, where I say get in early, buy it right away so you have an advantage and get practice in? No, it's not on that level. Maybe over time this can creep up to being a 4-star, but overall, I think for right now, hold. This is not a day one buy unless you are flush with tokens. You've got all the other cards that you want. If you're looking to try and just be very selective with what you buy, this is not a must buy, but it is a very cool card. So if you want more hard-hitting meta reviews, in-depth deck guides, and all the tips you need to hit infinite or push the infinite rank leaderboard, hit that subscribe button. You're in the right place in the Kicker of Elves channel. We are working towards our 1,000 sub goal, which is going to help us join the Marvel Snap Creator Program. It's pretty much been a dream of mine for the past 3 years of playing this game, and with your help and support, we are going to get there. So please hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment. Let me know. Were you excited for Aurora? Have you already picked her up and you're into it? Or are you're holding for Phantom X or cards in January? Even if you don't want to talk about the card or anything to do with Marvel Snap, just want to ramble about stuff, sound off in the comments. I'll reply, engage with every comment as long as you're not being rude or outright trolling me. All comment, asking, request, rambling aside, I'm Kicker of Elves. Thank you so much for watching the video. I will see you in the next one. Let's cut over to some gameplay highlights, largely of me playing this deck. Thanks. Goodbye. Ooh, Jocasta is an interesting card to get randomly when we're trying to do this stuff. Batroc. I kind of want to do Iron Patriot. Stature ain't bad. We'll just snap this, throw down Chamber, Reality Stone. I don't think they're producing more than 6 power on the left, and even if they are, stature is not the biggest thing for us here. Red Guardian, sure. That's huge. We're fine. We'll make our chamber huge. Is it? I think it might actually just be this. We already snapped. LDS, totally fine. Does this thing run Shang-Chi? Am I gonna get shanged? I think we can afford to do this. We're good. Nope. I mean, let's hope they. Let's see. Will they pull down my Wiccan? It does run Shang. Please give me a 2-drop. Oh my gosh. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Herbie or Iron Patriot. Herbie or Iron Patriot. Herbie or Iron Patriot. Please, 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 please. Yes! We're cooking. We snap that. They snap back. Let's see. Do we just do the double thing here? I feel like we do just double. Or... No, I don't want to take up a lot of... I'm going to hold because if we create the little rock thing... It's fine. go. We'll do that. We'll drop Wick. Lady Deathstrike, sure. Boom, go that route. Staggy, 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 staggy. Ronnie, 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 Ronnie. Okay, how do we want to do this gambit here? Thanos right. Or is it Mockingbird right? And then Power Stone. I kind of like this. We're going to go for that. He's got to play for all three. There we go. Let's see. Don't necessarily hate that. Oh, we're doing... I mean, I'm not snapping back, but... we're not in Proving Grounds. Give me a 1 or a 2. Give me a stone or a 2. A chamber. Ed Chambers. Is that overcommitting? Yeah, we can just throw chamber mid. I guess we just wave. And then chimichanga the wave. Jimmy. Mobius. I mean, I don't love Mobius, but I'm totally fine with... okay, we're going to be emoting a bunch. Good for you. I bet I have more emotes than you. There's his Thanos. We're going to think first steps. Then activate chamber. Space Stone. Reality Stone. Aurora. That's 17 up to 17, 21. So we need to put 15 power there. What I'm worried about is him trying to Shang me. So if he Shangs me, that's 17. I lose 11. I mean, I lose to Shang either way. So let's try to like get some use out of Aurora. Strange Supreme. Shadow King. Oh, Strange Supreme. Again, I would not want to BM like this, but to be fair, he started it. That's an interesting start. I think we Soul Stone, just so we start drawing. Hopefully we go... Alright, and if it's not a horrible location, we'll Reality Stone. I think we... Power Stone, Reality Stone. If we get a 3 cost or a 2 cost, we will snap next turn. Good. Surge. Yeah, I mean, we are outpacing them so much. We'll just do this. Maybe like a this. That feels pretty good. Mind Stone. It's a pretty good hit for Wiccan. So we'll go Thing, Cosmo. No, no. That will not be what is happening. Okay, so I think it's this. That feels solid. Shadow King. Oh, let's make sure there's nothing. There we go. Think first steps, boom! Surviving the Shadow King is a very good feeling. We like a Mind Stone turn 1. They like snapping. They like snapping and retreating a lot. That is what they're doing. Aurora is good. At the very least, I will say I like the kind of decks Aurora is encouraging folks to play. What do I want to do here? Is he going to play into Krakoa? He's probably playing into Krakoa. So I'm going to go right. Nope, I was wrong. Gorgon. What freaking deck is this? We go Herbie. I don't care if we get a reduced cost helicarrier. Debris. I think we do this. No, because we do that. Reactivated as Wiccan. I should read more comics. I picked up a Marvel book from the library the other a week before Thanksgiving break. I just didn't read any of it. I've heard House of X. Oh, we got another Aurora. I feel like you gotta go this, right? That's hilarious. We got the generated Aurora. Or do we just do this so we get a big beefy body? No, let's get some Aurora procking going. Viper, okay. Come one, come all, we will take your rocks. Molded and folded. Chamber. Aurora. The Space Stone. So we do this. We do this. We activate. And they retreat. So many retreats. All right. Let's start drawing cards. I love to draw a card in card games. I guess we wave. Hawkeye, interesting. Oh, nice. We snap into Wiccan. They snap back. What the hell is this? Um, thing first steps? Is this like a sneaky Galactus sort of thing? Go, Aurora. deciding whether or not he's going to do Galactus, right? It's the only reason you're running this many goblins. Grapple Arrow, Shang-Chi, Polymorph into a Darkhawk. That's insane. Unfortunately. Ooh, that was wild. Seeing Darkhawk played while I'm playing Thanos, this really is 2023. There it is.